Cancer, stop, do not scroll. Because the person I'm seeing in these cards right now, the one who has been circling your energy for weeks, maybe months, they are not over you. Not even close, in fact. The cards are showing me something that made me pause mid-spread. They see you as the most beautiful soul they have ever encountered. And that word, beautiful, it's not surface level for them. It's your laugh. It's the way you go quiet when you're hurt. It's the way you love so fiercely it terrifies them. And here's the twist that I wasn't expecting to pull today. They are preparing to break their silence. Not eventually, soon. And what they say is going to undo every doubt you've carried about your worth. Before I go deeper, tell me in the comments where you're watching this from right now. Drop your country, drop your city. And if this already hit somewhere deep, tap subscribe to Trusted Tarot so you don't miss what's unfolding for you next. Because Cancer, this is only the beginning. You were meant to hear this today, not tomorrow. Not next week when you're feeling stronger or more detached or more over it. Today, 14th of August, 2026. The energy around you right now is not casual. It is not accidental. And I need you to understand something before we go any further. The fact that you clicked this video, the fact that your thumb stopped scrolling, the fact that something inside you whispered, this one, listen to this one, that was not the algorithm. That was your higher self reaching through the noise and pulling you here by the thread of your own intuition. Because your spirit knew what I was about to say before your conscious mind was ready to hear it. And I need you to take a breath right now. Just one slow breath. Because what's coming through these cards for you, Cancer, it's tender, it's specific, and it's going to touch the exact place you've been trying to protect. Let me tell you what I'm sensing in your body right now. Because the cards don't lie, and neither does your nervous system. Over the last few days, maybe the last 2 weeks, you've been feeling this strange flutter in your chest. Not anxiety exactly, not excitement exactly, something in between. Like your heart keeps rehearsing a moment that hasn't happened yet. You've been waking up earlier than usual, around 3, maybe 4 in the morning, and your mind immediately goes to them. Not in a spiral, not in the old obsessive way, but in this soft, aching, almost tender way, like your subconscious is making space for something. You've been checking your phone more than you want to admit, not even expecting a message, just glancing, just hoping, and then feeling foolish for hoping, and then hoping again 5 minutes later. Cancer, you are not being delusional, you are not being weak. You are picking up on a frequency shift. Someone is thinking about you with an intensity that is literally reaching you across the distance, across the silence, across whatever wall they built between you and the dreams. Oh, the dreams you've been having. Let me tell you what the cards are showing me here. You've been dreaming of them, but not in the way you used to. It's not the old replay of the last conversation or the argument or the goodbye. It's softer now. You're dreaming of their hands, their voice saying your name in a tone you haven't heard in a long time. You're dreaming of a room you've never been in, and they're there. And the light is golden. And they're looking at you like they're trying to memorize your face. And you wake up with this residue on your skin, this warmth, this feeling that the dream was more real than the waking. And sometimes, in the middle of the day, a memory will flash. Not a big memory, a tiny one. The way they stirred their coffee, the way they said your name once in passing, the specific shade of their eyes in a certain light, and it hits you out of nowhere and you have to sit down for a moment. Cancer, that is not random. That is their energy pressing against yours. That is them, wherever they are, turning you over in their mind like a sacred object they're afraid they've mishandled. Now, before I tell you exactly what this person is feeling, before I pull back the veil on what's happening inside them right now, I need you to understand why I'm pacing this slowly. Because if I give you the full message without the context, you will hear it through the filter of every old wound. Every time someone left, every time you were told you were too much or not enough, or that your love was a burden. And I will not let you receive this through that lens. You deserve to hear this clean. You deserve to hear this without the static of your past pain distorting the signal. So I'm going to build this with you, layer by layer. And I need you to stay. I need you to trust the pacing. Because what's coming in the next few minutes is going to reframe everything you thought you knew about where you stand with this person. And Cancer, before we go deeper, I want to invite you into something. If this reading is resonating, if you're feeling that pull in your chest, if something in my voice is landing in a place that feels almost too seen, I want you to subscribe to Trusted Tarot. Not because I need the number, but because this channel is becoming a sanctuary. A place where you don't have to perform being okay. A place where your sensitivity is not a flaw but a superpower. A place where the universe speaks through the cards and finds you exactly when you need to be found. So tap subscribe, tap the bell, make this your space. And if you haven't already, like this video, because that small act tells the universe you are open. You are receiving, you are saying yes to what's coming. And then come back here. Settle inches because we are about to go into their mind. And Cancer, what I'm seeing there is going to make your heart ache in the most beautiful way. Now I'm going to take you inside them. And I need you to brace yourself, Cancer. Because what the cards are showing me about this person's inner world right now is not what you've been telling yourself it is. You've been telling yourself they moved on. You've been telling yourself they're fine, that they're out living their life, unbothered, maybe even relieved that the space opened up between you. And I need you to release that story right now, because it is not the truth. The truth is so much more tender and so much more painful than the one you've been constructing to protect yourself. The truth is they are not fine. They are not unbothered. They are sitting somewhere right now, maybe in their car, maybe at the edge of their bed, maybe staring at a wall in a room full of people while feeling completely alone, and they are thinking about you. Not casually, not in passing. They are thinking about you with this heavy, aching, almost reverent quality, like you are a song they can't stop hearing in their head, like your name is a phrase their mind keeps returning to, no matter how hard they try to redirect the thought. And here's what's shifting inside them, because this is the part the cards are showing me most clearly. They are remembering you differently now. In the beginning, whatever happened, whatever the distance was born from, they remembered the conflict, the tension, the reasons, the logic of why it couldn't work or why they needed space or why they pulled back. But Cancer, that narrative is dissolving. Right now in this season, in this specific window of August 2026, the memory is softening. They're not remembering the fight anymore. They're remembering the Tuesday night you made them laugh so hard they couldn't breathe. They're remembering the way you looked at them when they were telling you something vulnerable and you didn't flinch, you didn't fix it. You just held their gaze and let them be seen. They're remembering your hands, your voice when you're sleepy, the specific way you say their name when you're not performing, when it's just the two of you and the masks are off. And Cancer, they are remembering these things and feeling something they did not expect to feel. Gratitude, and right behind the gratitude, grief, the grief of almost losing something they never properly valued while they had it. They see you as beautiful. And I need you to hear me when I say this. Not the way the world says beautiful, not the way a stranger compliments you and moves on. They see you as beautiful the way you see a sunset you know you can never photograph correctly. The way you see a face in a crowd and something in your chest recognizes it before your brain does. They look at you, even in memory, even in the image of you they carry behind their ribs, and they feel this swelling, this fullness, this almost unbearable tenderness. And they think, how did I let this person walk away from me? How did I let silence build where their voice used to be? And that thought, Cancer, it is not a passing thought, it is a recurring one. It visits them at odd hours in the shower, in the middle of a work meeting, right before sleep when the defenses come down and they can't outrun their own heart anymore. And here's the turn. Here's where it gets deeper. Because they're not just remembering you, they are reckoning with themselves. The cards are showing me kind of internal confrontation. They are looking at their own patterns, the way they shut down when things get too real, the way they mistake needing someone for weakness, the way they convince themselves that pulling away was strength when really it was fear dressed up as independence. And they are seeing through their own story now. They are realizing that the distance they created was not because you were too much. It was because you were enough, fully, terrifyingly, completely enough, and that scared them. Because if you were enough, then they couldn't run anymore. They couldn't keep searching. They couldn't keep pretending something better was around the next corner. You were the thing they were looking for, and they were holding you, and they almost let go. And that realization is cracking them open. But Cancer, and this is important, this is where I need you to stay with me because the next layer is delicate. They are not ready to say all of this yet. Not today, maybe not this week. The cards show me that there is still one more internal wall coming down, one more night where they'll rehearse what they want to say and then delete it. One more moment where they'll pick up their phone, type 3 words, and then put it face down on the table, because vulnerability still feels like handing someone a knife. They are building towards something. They are walking toward you, but they are walking through their own fear to get there. And I need you to know that their slowness is not rejection. Their silence is not indifference. It is the sound of someone gathering every ounce of courage they have to say, I was wrong. I see you. You are the most beautiful thing that has ever been mine. And I don't want to lose you again, and I know. I know you've heard silence before. I know you've been in this waiting room before, watching the door, telling yourself maybe this time they'll walk through it. And I know how exhausting it is to hope when hope has cost you so much already. I know you're tired of being the one who feels everything at full volume while they seem to move through the world untouched. But Cancer? This time is different. I can feel the difference in the spread. The energy is not circular this time. It's not looping, it's linear. It's moving toward you. The delay is not a denial, it is a gestation. Something is being born inside them that can only come out when it's ready. And when it arrives, when those words finally reach you, they will land with a weight and a sincerity that will make every night you spent wondering feel like it was leading here. All right, Cancer. You've stayed. You've trusted the pacing. You've let me build this with you instead of handing you a half-formed truth that your wounds would have twisted into something unrecognizable. And now I'm going to tell you what's coming. And I need you to receive this with your heart open, not your armor up. Because what the cards are laying out for you in the next few weeks, possibly the next few days, depending on how quickly their courage catches up to their clarity, is this. They are going to reach out, not with a casual hey, not with a meme or a reaction to your story or some low-effort breadcrumb designed to test whether you'll still respond. No, the energy I'm seeing is deliberate, weighted. They are going to come to you with words they've been carrying for longer than they want to admit, and those words are going to sound like a confession, like an unburdening, like they are setting something down at your feet that they've been holding for so long their arms went numb. And what they're going to say, Cancer, in whatever form it arrives, whether it's a text that comes in at 11:43 at night when they can't sleep anymore, whether it's a phone call where their voice is a little unsteady and they say your name first before anything else, just your name, like they need to hear themselves say it, whether it's in person, where they show up somewhere you didn't expect and they look at you with eyes that have been through their own private war. Whatever the form, the message underneath it is the same. I see you, I want you, not a version of you. Not a memory of you, the whole complicated, tender, too much, not enough, beautifully contradictory you. They want you the way the shore wants the tide, not because it's convenient, because without you, the landscape is wrong. And they're going to tell you that you are beautiful. But Cancer, listen to me carefully. When they say it, and they will say it, they're not going to say it the way someone compliments a painting in a gallery. They're going to say it the way someone says it when they've been starving, and they finally remember what nourishment tastes like. You are beautiful to them in a way that aches, in a way that makes them feel small and vast at the same time. And they want you to know that no one else fills that shape. No one else has come close. They may have tried. The cards show me they may have tried to fill the space with distraction, with other people, with busyness, with the performance of being fine. But every time they closed their eyes, it was your face. Every time they reached for comfort in the dark, it was your warmth they were reaching for. You are not one option to them. You are the only one. You are the reference point every other connection gets measured against. And nothing else measures up. Nothing else will. Now. And this is where I need you to lean in, because what I'm about to say is the guidance layer, and it matters as much as the revelation. When this message comes, when this moment arrives, I need you to pause before you respond. I know your first instinct will be one of two things. Either the old wound will flare and you'll want to protect yourself with sharpness, with distance, with a coldness that says, you don't get to come back here after what you did. Or the longing will flood you and you'll want to collapse into them immediately, to say yes, yes, I've been waiting. I never stopped, take me back. I'll take whatever you can give me. And Cancer, neither of those responses will serve you, not because they're wrong, but because they're not you at your most grounded. They're you at your most reactive. And this moment, this reunion, this confession, it deserves your wholeness, not your wound, not your hunger, your wholeness. So when they reach out, and they will, I want you to take one breath before you type back, before you answer the phone, before you let them see your face. And in that breath, I want you to ask yourself one question. What do I actually want here? Not what I'm afraid of losing, not what I think I should say. What do I actually want? And then respond from that place. Because they are coming to you in their truth, Cancer. They are coming without the mask, and you deserve to meet them in yours. You don't owe them instant forgiveness. You don't owe them instant access. But you also don't owe them a performance of indifference. You are allowed to say, "This means something to me." You are allowed to say, "I've been waiting." You are allowed to be soft and still have boundaries. Those things are not opposites. And the cards are telling me that when you meet them in that honest, grounded, tender place, something between you is going to reset. Not to what it was before, to something truer. And the timing, Cancer. Let me speak to the timing. Because I know you've been asking why now. Why not 3 months ago when you were in the deepest part of the ache? Why not when you needed it most? And the answer the cards give me is this. Because 3 months ago, you wouldn't have been able to receive this without abandoning yourself. You would have said yes too quickly or no too sharply. You would have given them your power or guarded it so fiercely they couldn't get close. But you've been doing the work in the quiet, in the early mornings, in the journaling, in the crying in the shower, in the moments you chose yourself when every cell in your body wanted to choose them. That growth was not invisible. It was not wasted. It was preparing you to stand in this moment and receive love without losing your spine. And them, on the other side, they needed the silence. They needed the distance to feel the shape of your absence. They needed to miss you long enough for the missing to become unbearable. And now it is. And now they are ready. And that is why it's happening now. Not a day sooner, not a day later. The 14th of August 2026 is not arbitrary. It is the date the energy ripened, the date the fruit became sweet enough to fall. And now, Cancer. I want to speak to the part of you that's been listening to this reading with one hand over your heart and the other hand bracing for impact. The part of you that's thinking, I've believed before. I've let myself feel this exact hope, this exact flutter, this exact certainty that they were coming back and they didn't, and I survived it, but God, I didn't want to. And I don't know if I can survive it again. And I hear you, I see you. And I want you to know that the tears you've cried in private, the ones you've never told anyone about, the ones that came out at 2 in the morning, when the loneliness was so loud it felt like a physical sound in your chest, those tears were not weakness. They were not evidence that you were foolish for loving someone. They were evidence that your heart refused to go numb. And in a world that rewards numbness, that rewards playing it cool and acting unbothered and never letting them see you sweat, your willingness to feel everything, to grieve fully, to love without a safety net, that is not a flaw, that is a sacred thing. And the right person, and the cards are telling me this is that person, will not punish you for it. They will kneel in it. They will say, "Show me where it hurt, and I will be gentle there." And I want to address the exhaustion, because I can feel it in your energy, Cancer. You are tired, not just tired of waiting for this specific person, tired of being the one who feels deeply in a shallow world. Tired of being the one who remembers birthdays and checks in and holds the emotional architecture of every relationship your inches. Tired of giving and wondering if anyone is keeping a record of what you need. And I want you to hear this. You do not have to earn the love that's coming. You do not have to perform, shrink, be easier, be less, be quieter, be more. You do not have to be a smaller version of yourself to be worthy of being chosen. This person is not coming back to the curated version of you. They are coming back to the whole one, the one who cries at songs in grocery stores, the one who needs reassurance even when they pretend they don't, the one who loves so big it sometimes scares even them. They want all of it. They want the full, unedited, unfiltered you. And they are going to tell you that, in their own clumsy, imperfect, maybe slightly terrified way, are going to tell you that you are enough exactly as you are, and Cancer. Beyond this person, beyond this love, I want to give you something wider. Because the cards around this reading are not just about one relationship. They're about a season of return. And I'm seeing that the same energy that's bringing this person back into clarity about you is also clearing a path in other areas of your life. The career situation that's been feeling stagnant, the one where you've been pouring yourself into work that doesn't reflect your worth, I'm seeing a shift. An opportunity is forming. Not loud, not flashy, but aligned. Something that recognizes your depth, your intuition, your ability to hold space and create and nurture. And money, Cancer? I see a loosening. A release of the scarcity grip you've been living under, not a windfall, but an exhale. A sense that the universe is saying, you have been giving so much, now receive. And spiritually, you are entering a phase where your intuition is going to sharpen dramatically. Those gut feelings you've been second guessing, the ones that told you to trust this video, to trust this moment, to trust that something was shifting, they are going to become louder, clearer, more undeniable. You are stepping into a version of yourself that does not need external validation to know what's true. And that version of you is magnetic, That version of you is the one this person is walking toward. Now, I want you to do something with me, and I want you to actually do it, not just listen. Do it. Put your hand on your chest, right over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palm through whatever you're wearing. Feel the rhythm underneath, that steady, faithful, relentless beating. That heart has carried you through every night you thought you wouldn't survive. Every morning you dragged yourself upright when gravity felt personal. Every moment you chose to keep loving even when love felt like a wound. And I want you to close your eyes for just 3 seconds. 3 seconds. And in those 3 seconds, I want you to say silently to yourself, I am allowed to be wanted. I am allowed to be chosen. I am allowed to receive without earning it. I am beautiful in my fullness. And what is mine is already walking toward me. Take one more breath, a deep one, in through your nose, hold it at the top. Feel it fill your ribs, your belly, the space behind your sternum where you've been holding all the waiting, and let it out slow. Let it out like you're setting something down, like you don't have to carry the uncertainty for one more night. Because you don't. The message is coming. The person is coming. The clarity is coming. And you are ready. You have been ready longer than you know. Cancer. If this reading found you at the right moment, if something in these words landed in a place you didn't know was still open, I want you to do one thing for me. Go to the comments right now and type the word beautiful. Just that one word, beautiful. Type it as a claim. Type it as a declaration. I am beautiful. I am wanted. I am chosen. And if you know someone, a fellow Cancer, friend, sister, a soul who has been in the waiting room of love and needs to hear this tonight, share this video with them. Be the reason someone else feels seen today. And subscribe to Trusted Tarot. Because this is not the last message coming for you. The cards are not done with your story. Not even close. There are more chapters, more revelations, more moments where the universe is going to reach through this screen and say your name. And I want you here for all of them. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are deeply, fiercely, achingly loved. And they're going to tell you so very soon. I'll see you in the next reading, Cancer. Until then, keep your heart soft, keep your intuition loud, and trust the timing of everything unfolding in your life. You are exactly where you need to be. Cancer, stay with me a little longer. Because there's something the cards are showing me that I didn't plan to include in this reading. And it's coming through so clearly that I would be doing you disservice if I didn't speak it. And this is for the part of you that's already thinking ahead. The part of you that's already mentally rehearsing what you'll say when they reach out. The part that's already planning the outfit, the setting, the tone of voice, whether to play it cool or let them see how much you miss them. And I need you to stop, just for this moment. Stop rehearsing, stop choreographing. Because the energy that's coming toward you does not require your performance. It requires your presence. And those are two very different things. So here's what I want you to do in the next 48 hours. And this is not a task. This is not homework. This is an invitation to align your energy with the frequency of what's already in motion. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to fill a glass of water. Just a simple glass. And I want you to hold it in both hands for a moment. Feel the coolness of the glass. Feel the weight of it. And as you hold it, I want you to pour into that water every doubt you've been carrying about this situation. Every what if, every maybe they don't mean it, every I'm not enough, every they'll hurt me again. Pour it all into the water. Don't speak it. Don't narrate it. Just feel it leaving your chest and traveling down your arms and into the glass, and then drink it. And as you drink it, know that you are not swallowing the doubt. You are dissolving it. You are letting it pass through you and out the other side. You are saying to your body, I release the need to predict the outcome. I release the need to control how this arrives. I release the need to be ready in some perfect, armored, unbreakable way. I will simply be here, open. Soft, mine, and tomorrow, Cancer. I want you to do something small but deliberate. I want you to wear something that makes you feel like yourself. Not something that makes you feel like a version of yourself designed to be looked at. Something that makes you feel held. A fabric you love. A color that feels like home. A scent that reminds you of a version of yourself before the waiting began. Because when this person arrives, and they will arrive, I want you to be rooted in your own body. I want you to be wearing your own skinches, not costume, not a shield. Just you, and the beauty they're going to see when they look at you will not be the beauty of effort. It will be the beauty of someone who stopped performing and simply existed. And that, Cancer, is the most devastating, irresistible, magnetic thing a person can be. And I want to go deeper on the spiritual layer for you, because this reading is not just about one person. It's about a threshold you are crossing. The cards around the edges of this spread are showing me that you are exiting a long season of proving you're lovable, proving you're not too much, proving you can survive being left, proving you don't need anyone. And that season is ending, not because you finally proved it, but because you're done proving. You're stepping into a season of simply being, of receiving without justification, of being loved without having to earn it first. And that shift in your energy, that quiet internal declaration of I am done auditioning for love, that is what's drawing this person toward you like a moth toward the only real flame. They can feel it, even from a distance, even through the silence. They can feel that you've stopped chasing, and that stillness in you is louder than any text you could have sent. It's calling them home and about the fear, because I know it's still there. I know that even as hope is blooming in your chest, there's a small, quiet voice whispering, what if it doesn't happen? What if I believe this and I'm wrong again? And I want to speak to that voice gently, because it's not your enemy. It's the part of you that has been hurt before and is trying to keep you safe, and I honor it. But I also want to tell it this. You are allowed to hope. You are allowed to believe something good is coming without having to build a contingency plan for the heartbreak. You are allowed to lean into anticipation without one foot still braced for the fall. You don't have to protect yourself from joy before it even arrives. Let it come, let it land, and if, God forbid, the shape of it is different than what you expected, you will handle it. You have handled everything else. You will handle that too. But you do not have to pre-grieve a future that the cards are telling me is not the one being written. So here is where I leave you, Cancer. Not at the edge of a cliff, not in the middle of a question, but at the threshold of a door that is already opening. You can feel the draft coming through. You can feel the shift in air pressure. Something is on the other side of that door, and it has your name on it. And the person walking toward you is not walking away from something. They are walking toward you, toward your specific, unrepeatable, irreplaceable soul. And when they arrive, when the words finally come, when the silence finally breaks, I want you to remember this moment, this video, this breath, this feeling in your chest right now that says, yes, this is mine. This is happening for me. I am not crazy. I am not delusional. I am seen. I am wanted. I am beautiful to them. And they are coming. Take one last breath with me. In, hold, and out. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let the space between your eyebrows soften. You don't have to hold this alone anymore. You don't have to carry the uncertainty like a stone in your pocket. Set it down, here, in this space, in this community, in the hands of the universe that pulled you to this exact video at this exact hour for this exact reason. You are held, you are guided. You are loved beyond your current comprehension, and the evidence is already on its way. This is Trusted Tarot. And Cancer, I will see you on the other side of the door.